So as they gear up to take over these positions that don't actually exist yet, Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk, as you know, they're supposedly going to be chairing this Department of Government Efficiency. Again, doesn't exist. And how efficient can a department be if it needs two chairs? But anyway, they think they have found a way to implement their cuts. Well, earlier this summer, there was a Supreme Court case that overturned Chevron deference and said courts no longer have to defer to the agency to fill in the gaps as to how best their, mission is accomplished, or how the law was carried out that created them or gave them ability to do whatever we're talking about. And they think they can use that to go through the budget basically line by line and find a bunch of stuff that Congress didn't specifically allot, exactly, and kind of gave it as discretionary to the department, and have Donald Trump issue executive orders to pause it, basically, and then cut it from the budget, and say, well, Congress didn't authorize it, so we're going to cut it. The thing is, that's not really the way that the Supreme Court decision ruled. The way it read, at least to me and some of the other people I've read on it, they said that it's about when it goes to court. Like, the whole case that brought up the challenge was on these fishing boats. They have to have inspectors on the boat. That part's clear on the law. They have to have these, EPA inspectors, I think it was, or maybe it was Natural Resources, one of the two, had to have these inspectors anyway. Well, where the law wasn't crystal clear was who had to pay for the inspectors. And for years, it was always said that the boats operating had to pay for them. And they said, hey, wait a minute, this is too expensive. The law doesn't say specifically, and they sued. It's for figuring out that kind of shit. It's not for figuring out, where they can cut the budget. So a lot of this is going to get challenged in court. And again, they don't really have any authorization. They're not part of the government yet. So unless Donald Trump does issue these executive orders based on their recommendations, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. But some of the stuff they're talking about cutting is just ridiculous. Like, they want to cut $500 million from the from PBS, from public broadcasting. The station that brings you Sesame Street. That's where they want to start making cuts. Not cutting it from the defense budget, or, maybe start, instead of cuts, maybe start bringing in more money from the rich people. No, they want to give them another round of cuts and take it from us. So they think they found their workaround, but I don't think it's going to work the way they intend. This thing is going to be tied up in courts for a long time, and it probably won't end very well for Donald Trump and the rest of the Republicans.